Hello, my name is Mark Perry, and today I will be talking about example 1.3 from the What is a Phrase Rhythm chapter from this week's reading. Specifically talking about how the graph from example 1.3, or the notation from example 1.3 demonstrates a durational reduction, which was particularly intriguing to me. So I'm going to switch the phone around here a little bit. So we've got this example 1.3 and contrasted from a previous example, which I'll slide up to here for just a second. This is the original notation, this is the Blue Danube Waltz from Johann Strauss Jr. And you can see here how this baseline, there's not much progression in these four measures. They pretty much reiterate the exact same type of thing. And then the baseline changes for four measures, and then the baseline changes again for four measures, and then changes again for four measures. In fact, we see that it starts here on the 1 in this key of D major, and then ends on a 1 here. So that notation is reflected a little bit in these first four measures. This durational reduction is a way of demonstrating hypermeter, where, or hypermeasure. In this case, a hypermeasure is being condensed to one measure. We see here in this kind of pickup, these three, this is the quarter note triplet. This idea is this durational reduction is taking the duration, the length of particular notes, and condensing them down to look smaller. In fact, let's see where it is. In this case, the factor is 3 to 1, so everything has been shrunk down essentially 3 times, shrunk down by a scale factor of 3 or even 4 in this case. It looks like 1 quarter note is representational of an entire measure in the original. So we see here this D major sonority. Instead of it being a duration of 4 measures, this example is condensing it down to 1 measure, which is neat. So we can see this hypermeasure of 4 original measures condensed down to 1 in nice music notation. And then here's that next 4 bar, and here's this next 4 bar, and here's this next 4 bar. So even though we see hypermeasure or hypermeter in this beautiful condensed form, I wouldn't call this particular hypermeasure a phrase, because there's not any tonal motion, there's no harmonic motion or resolution in this particular 4 bar reduction. Instead, when we see this tonic moving through and back to tonic through the the 7 and the 5 back to the 1, this whole thing would be considered a phrase, because there is some sense of tonal movement, departure and return, 1 coming back to 1. So we get to see a little bit of the distinction between hypermeter and phrase in this example as well. So thanks for being part of this discovery.